Hey, this is Bob Dylan. Listening to the Vectisfabber verdict.
Stories he's got facts, a passion you can't turn your back. I'm digging deep, music called standing tall. Neil Vectis from the other white, shining the light so clear and bright. When the Beatles walk against the one tree, let the rhythm move your feet.
Hello Beatle nuts. This is Neil Vectis with the Vectisfabber verdict. Today I'm going to be looking at the rumours in the 1960s that Paul McCartney had died and been replaced with a double. This bonkers story started with a supposed Barney between Paul McCartney and the other lads while they were recording Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The story goes that Paul was fuming and stormed out of the studio, jumped in his Austin Healey, and sped off like a rocket. This rage-fueled drive apparently ended in a fatal car crash, with some even saying he was scalped in the incident. The conspiracy theorists reckon that the Beatles, being mega famous at the time, replaced McCartney with a look-alike. This imposter was supposedly called William Shears Campbell. The fella Billy Shears was meant to be based on, apparently, or William Shepherd, allegedly mentioned in the continuing story of Bungalow Bill. This replacement was, apparently, a talented muso who could sing and write songs just like McCartney. Now, Paul was actually on holiday with his girlfriend at the time, Jane Asher, but the rumour sprung legs because of a mix-up of bits and bobs. McCartney had a couple of car scrapes around that time, one where he cut his lip, which is why he grew a moustache in 1967, and another in his Mini Cooper, though he wasn't driving and wasn't hurt. A Beatles fanzine even had to get involved, publishing a false rumours piece confirming Paul was alive and that he'd answered his phone after rumours of his car crash. The rumour really took off on September 17, 1969, after someone called Tim Harper wrote about it in the Times Delphic, a student paper at Drake University. Harper said it was just a bit of fun and that he'd heard it from a mate called D'Artagnan Brown. Brown reckoned he'd heard it from a musician on the West Coast, who remained vague enough to be untraceable. After that, the rumour spread when some bloke called Tom phoned Russ Gibb, a radio DJ in Michigan. Tom told Gibb to listen to Revolution 9 backwards. Gibb was a bit dubious, but did it anyway. When played backwards, the bit that goes number 9 sounded like Turn Me On Dead Man, which totally shocked him. Then, a writer for the Michigan Daily, Fred Labour, wrote an article about it all, making up some F the detail, especially the name William Campbell. I just made the bloke up, Labour admitted. His article, called McCartney Dead, New Evidence Brought to Light, was meant as a laugh, but it made the rumour even more popular. This is when the conspiracy theory got really wild with all the clues. Conspiracy theorists also reckon that the Beatles, even though they covered up Paul's death to stay famous, were subtly hinting at the truth through their music. This meant people went over all their songs from 1966 onwards with a fine-tooth comb, and found connections where they probably weren't when they were looking. There are so many supposed clues, it's like, if the rumour was true, the band weren't very good at hiding it, were they? Here's some of the most mentioned ones. Got to get you into my life, the opening lines, I was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know what I would find there, were meant to be about Paul's fatal drive. A day in the life, the line, he didn't notice that the lights had changed is supposed to be about the crash. She's leaving home, apparently, the opening line is about the time of the accident Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock as the day begins. Lady Madonna, the line, Wednesday morning papers didn't come, is supposed to be about the news being kept quiet. Strawberry Fields Forever, the mumble bit cranberry sauce at the end was alleged to be I Buried Paul. I Am the Walrus, the phrases Bury My Body and Oh Untimely Death from a random bit of King Lear on the BBC, are seen as more hints. I'm So Tired, when played backwards, John Lennon's a Monsieur, 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 how about another one, allegedly comes out as Paul is dead, man, miss him, miss him. Revolution 9, as well as the Turn Me On, Dead Man bit, the song's got the sound of a car crash in it. Those are just a few of the clues from the Beatles songs that helped fuel the Paul McCartney is dead conspiracy. However, on this day in 2025, Paul McCartney is very much alive. I've been Neil Vectis, and you've been listening to the Vectisfabber verdict. Don't forget to check out more in the details to the video below.